Previously on Hello Again Guys, it's your buddy Greg.
Use this for some time, so I figured, you know what, I'll use this as the basement clock. Alright, we're gonna hang it up on the wall. You know what, I'm not doing this on camera because that's gonna be way too difficult. There we go, doesn't this look impressive? Oh, the light's off. Got a very 70s-ish light up here. If you flip that on. Isn't that fantastic? So we're gonna plug this in. Now let's see what kind of sound this makes. Also, when I got this, it had no cord, but luckily we got a cord for it. There we are.
And now, for the update video you've all been waiting for. Hello again guys, it's your buddy Greg, and welcome back to part 2 of a video, well, sort of part 2, unofficial part 2 of that other video, which hasn't been, it was filmed September of 2017, it wasn't released until the 2-year anniversary. So, what have we got? Well, here's a Westclox Oracle, okay? This isn't the 1930s one. This is, I don't know what year this is from, because I don't know what date it has inside. And let me give you a brief recap of the events that happened that night, okay? So I oiled the clock, Mobile OW-40. This new, well, it had been sitting around for almost a year. Put the Mobile OW-40 in it, plugged it into the wall, and of course it shocked me, which you just saw. So, what do, you ask? Well, let's identify where the problem is. Okay, this is a 2-prong male connector. Either connector or terminal. I may have that name wrong. I don't know if it's connector or terminal. Well, here's a 3-prong one. You can, of course, put on to anything, and I hope I know how to put it on. So, yeah, this clock here, and this is another video like the kitchenette's video. We're going to be totally dismantling it, cleaning it out, re-oiling it, and making it run how the kitchenette does. And this one will be more in detail because I feel that the kitchenette video wasn't as detailed as I probably could have made it. I don't know. I like more videos that, because I kind of skipped around in that one. I kind of, I said what I was doing. It's not like I wasn't being vague. It's not like I was being vague, but I kind of did a job and didn't really do it on camera. So we're going to see how this goes, and we're going to be putting this onto it and taking this off because it's an electrical hazard. 3-prong, it's more of a safety feature than 2-prong because this is the ground. It's the ground, it's the connector, I'm not sure what it's called. It's the grounding. It connects to the ground wire, which leads into the ground, so you don't get, so a big electrical shock doesn't happen. And as you can see, there's no ground, and the furnace just started. There's no ground on here, so yeah, let's get to it. Just have a look around the clock, actually, before we do anything. Yeah, Westclox Electric, okay? I would guess this is probably out of the 60s or late 50s. I don't think it'd be out of the 70s. Maybe it would be. I'm not really sure. Let's just look around for a date or something. There's the tag. The tag is in great condition. I got this clock. I almost said cord. I got this clock on Christmas Day of, maybe 2012 with no cord. That's why this is on here. There's no end. So yeah, we're gonna put this end on there. Now, this is why I don't really like doing, showing how to do stuff, because the camera's there, it's in a really bizarre spot, and I gotta look and see that, make sure everyone can see what I'm doing. So here's a screwdriver, Phillips, one of these ones, here, made in Taiwan. What a shocker, no pun intended. We're gonna get this off. Let's get her off. I wonder who likes the screwdriver shots. Okay, there's one screw. Let's get this one out. I'm trying to do this so you can see it. Okay, oh, there goes the end of it on the other side. I don't know how great of a system that is. Oh, I can't pull this out yet. Gotta unclip this thing. How do you do this? I gotta look at this for a second. Insert, what does this say? Pry to open, okay. What am I doing here? Hold on a second. So here we are again, about 15 minutes or so later. And after destroying the terminal, well, destroying the case for it, we broke it. As you can see, the rubber is broken there. Yeah, and then, of course, this piece here just came right out. So we'll get all this off afterward. But this is our little electrical hazard here. As you can see, there's the screws. And this is, of course, how I got it. So here we're going to get these off now. We're going to get this off. We're totally using the wrong screwdriver. These pliers, I was using them. Oh yeah, I didn't care if I really broke it or not, because I'm not going to, well, nobody's going to use this again. Not like that. I know I'm not. That piece of film that everyone knows about should justify that. Here we go. Oh, crap. As I'm flying around with the screwdriver. Okay. I can't even... I need a bigger screwdriver. Here we go. I don't want to wreck my wires here either. There's the copper wiring. There's the other one. Doing it out of shot, which is always fun. Can I strip this out? No. Maybe yes, I don't know. Oh yeah, it looks like I can, and there goes one of them. And there goes, oh, there goes the terminal. Oh, okay, there goes everything. So here we are again, back with our little bits here and stuff. Here's the case. Listen, UL listed, don't make a rubber cased. Oh, we had to break that to get that off, really. Yeah, I think that's a very poor design, considering that, well, I mean, it's a rubber case, right? There's no, yeah. I think there's enough said about that. Here's this. This is how it would have looked before. I don't know where the other screw went. It went flying on the floor. You guys heard all that. And now the clock has been, is now back to its original state, which it was before when I got it on Christmas Day. Here's the terminals here. Can I bust these things out of there? No. Okay, well, we're gonna push all of this junk here aside. I'm gonna put some stuff in the actual case here. Here we go. Okay. There's our newly assembled plug ready for service. And now we're going to go in. We're going to stop messing around with electrics for a little while. And we're going to go. We're not going to investigate this right now. This is a better design. Actually, you know what? We're going to open this now. Instead. See, well, I wanted an in-depth video. Whether you guys like it or not, we're going with this. We're going to open that. See what makes this tick. Okay. I've never actually opened one of these before. Oh, sweet. Oh, that's epic. Okay. Epic gamer. Sorry. Okay, I've just realized. Wait a cotton picking second here. Oh, okay, I thought I had to do something different. Here's the, hold on a second. I'm sick of using the Lego tripod right now because it's causing havoc. Here is our plug here. Now let's see exactly what we've got. This is a Leviton, Leviton. The standard plug, basically, more or less. And this thing folds out, which is interesting. This thing folds up. It's like a transformer. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Yeah, there's that screen. That green screw is for the ground. So that's the ground wire there. This is the copper. I don't know which wire goes on where exactly. That's a small issue. I guess we'll figure that out in a second. But yeah, this thing is from Home Depot. And if you need to rewire something, well, not rewire, but if you need to put a couple of, put a cord on something, what the heck am I talking about? If you need to put, terminal here. If you need to put a terminal on a cord here, on the ends of a cord here, then don't hesitate to get one of those, because you're basically all set. and this screw here. Good design. You're not fooling around with rubber, which of course can harden, and yeah, you know how that goes. I'm not gonna show me putting the wires on this because, well, it's yeah, trying to get that on camera, that's gonna be a heck of a thing. I'll see you in a second. I'll put the light on so you can see a little better. There's one there. Maybe that's the best or worst wiring job you've ever seen in your life. I'm not really sure. But these screws have ends on them, so you can't just keep unscrewing it to the point where it'll just come right out, so that's good. The screws are fitted to stop, and I don't think you're supposed to touch that one, so I won't be touching it. Well, I won't be unscrewing it. And yeah, it's all wired up, more or less. Time to plug it in. No, I'm just joking. So yeah, there's the two screws, and of course there's access wiring a little bit, which is on the screw, which was like on the other one. Which, well, you didn't see that, but it was on here. There was some little access wiring on the screws there. So now we're gonna put it together. Okay, so you put the cord like that. You stick it through the front. Oh, I can't even see what I'm doing. So like that. That's where the screw goes. There, that post. Fold it up. Well, maybe not. Fold it up first. Trying to do it down through camera is a little bit more difficult than it looks. Okay, there you go. That's how it's supposed to go. So you fold it up like that. And there, the job is done. Now I need, well, almost done. Put the screw back in. And we'll get our screwdriver. I'm not an expert at these types of shots, people. Whoops. Is it not wanting to... Oh, that's pathetic. Here. I can't... Oh, no, I can't even see what I'm doing. I need to really crank her. Just crank that. There we go. Don't want to strip it. And just like that, we've installed a new cord. Well, the new outlet is on there. So now it's time to completely switch gears and look at the clock in more detail. I don't want to become totally renowned for these epic screwdriver shots that everyone loves. So there's the Oracle once again. And like the kitchenette video, whoop, we're getting her. This has been sitting like this since September of 2017. And here we go. I know this is the most steady camera work you've ever seen in your life. Oh, and then of course the screen. Now it's wandering around in there. Okay, now that seems to be out. I don't know how out this one was. Okay, it looks like it's out now. On a quick little side note, you can use an iPhone box as a parts container. They're high quality enough where they're going to stand the test of time, well, hopefully. So yeah, here's the inside, or well, not the inside, here's the back of the case. We're going to take this off and see what we see. You know, it's kind of disappointing. I was looking around, and there's a mark there. That's probably oil or something. I'm going to use the screwdriver as a pointer. The Westclox Orb has basically the same interior design. There's almost no difference in between designs here. There's the rotor right there, not seized at all. That runs really well. And let's look around for a date in here, okay? Westclox company. Oh, what's that? 74. 7 of 74. So that means July of 1974. Okay. So that's kind of a shame. I thought this would be out of the late 50s or 60s, but no, it's out of the 70s. The design doesn't seem to have changed much since 1954. And there's the orb right over there, wrapped up right now. We're gonna do that's gonna get a video all on its own. So yeah, the orb's gonna get a video all on its own. If we look around here, it's like the kitchenette, similar story here. We got our insulators, or whatever they're called, merits. I don't know what they're called right now. I'm a little bit confused as to what they're called, and this is coming apart on me. Hold on. It would have been wiser to do the thing with the wires after, because now, well, I guess I'll just have to take these insulators off, and I think that's what we're going to do now. So yeah, let's do it. And I think you all know how these go. You just unscrew them. It's kind of like a twist tie, you know. You have to tie this one on that one there. Whoops, on that one there, and tie the right on the right and the left on the left. I think that's how it goes. I hope that's how it goes. There's all the discarded pieces over there. We're going to need those when we're rebuilding the clock. And also, this piece here is very dirty on the inside. So that's going to need a clean. And unlike the orb, this is in fantastic condition. That would make a nice clock, and I just knocked that over. That was never glued on anyway, guys. I'll fix that at a later date. But yeah, let's see what we've got here. So we've got the rotor. Okay, we're just going to start dismantling this thing right away. As you can see, it's dirty. Here's the front. Yeah, let's get to it. And to emphasize my point, look at how dirty those... Oh, geez, look at that. We're getting a great shot of all the grit in there. Wow. You wanted a descriptive video. This is descriptive. Look at that. Wow. On a side note, look at how well the iPhone zooms into that. I mean, this is why I chose the iPhone over the tablet. It's smaller and, well, easier to handle. It's got a better camera too. Look at that. So yeah, enough promoting Apple. I'm not paid, by the way, even though I'll probably be on their payroll right away. But that's another story. No. Sadly, that's not happening. But yeah, let's get to it for the third time. Okay, so now that I've got a very good camera angle, and I'll probably never want to move the camera again, we're gonna start undoing this now. So here's this screw. I'm gonna start Ooh, geez, the oil just bubbled inside the screw. I don't know if that got on camera or not. We're gonna go get a little parts container while we're at it. I don't want to be, you know, in the midst of something and need another one. Here's another container here, a vitamin thing. Put all my screws in there. Okay, the oil's just oozing out of there. Ooh, yeah, that one's pretty greasy. And just so it doesn't fall and I lose, oh, well, it just fell. Have we lost it? I don't know. Hopefully we find it soon. Oh, there it is. Put that in there. So look, very sturdy container there for your screws. Kind of deep too. And now we'll go ahead and take this apart here. Yeah, I know we're actually assembling it live on tape here too. Ooh, it's a sticky one. Ooh, yeah. That's been sitting there for the last 45 years or so. Just as I said, just sitting there. And that was a nice sound. That pop. Oh, good thing I got that on camera here. And this whole assembly here is going to want to start coming apart right away here. I don't want to pull up. Well, actually, I have to pull up. but yeah, she's going to come apart right away here. So, come on, you. Ah, there we go. There's the rotor. Oh, look at that. Look at the cute little gear train. Except it's barely anything at all. So here's the tried and true Westclox rotors that they've been using for the past 20 years or whatever at this point. Yeah, these rotors here have been in use in a lot of clocks. And yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to clean this without destroying the rotor. I guess I could use a Q-tip, but look at how dirty that is. Oh, jeez. There's the gear that it turns. You can see that spinning there. Ah, yes. That's a great little motion there. How about that? We'll do that one more time. All right, are you ready? Wow. So yeah, you know, if you don't like stuff like this, you won't find any of this remotely interesting. As I knock it off, oh, and it's there's a component there. I don't really know what this is for. It's like for a time setting mechanism, but there's no time set on this. It's only the front that has that. So yeah, this little component here. We'll put that in there, I think. Apple is not sponsoring the video, by the way. Yeah, what does this say? General Time Corporation of Canada. United Peterborough, Canada. Okay, it was made in Ontario. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go carefully with this with a Q-tip, and that's how I'm gonna clean that. I don't know how else I'd do it because it doesn't look like this comes apart. Maybe it does. I don't think it does. I don't want to really mess with that in particular because I'm not the electrical expert. I've just learned this type of stuff very recently. So yeah, admire the Lego tripod there. I know it's beautiful. So let's just take a second to look at the gear train and the state it's in. I don't think it's in bad shape. It's just very dirty. That's its problem. So we're gonna take the gear train apart. The single gear train. It's only a time train. There's no other trains here. Well, other than the HO scale layout you see behind you. That's the only other trains here. But yeah, that gear train. I don't know how long they've been using that necessarily. Let's just turn the knob on the front. How you set this, you turn the knob at the front. And there's the motion works moving right there. This whole thing's gonna fall apart on me, I know it is. Just by looking at this. But yeah, there's the motion works. Maybe it will fall apart. That's all good. Yeah, and of course there's the free... Whoa, that's a quick spin there. But yeah, I'm demonstrating how you set the time on this clock. So yeah, that's how you set that. Those other two gears, I assume they're move the second hand, but I don't really want to touch those because I'm just having too much fun with the hands here. Yeah, I assume, I'm pointing at it here. I assume those just move the second hand, and not much else. Does this come off? I don't know what comes off what. Here, I'll just pull this off. Oh, come on, you. You gonna play with me? Well, that didn't come out right. Are you gonna play? No? Okay, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. So what we're going to do, you gotta get this thing off. I don't know how else we're gonna do it. Might need some kerosene. I'm not sure. I'll mess around with this for a second and then we'll see. Because of reasons here, we have a issue. Alright, I don't know how to get this off without breaking something. I think it looks like it unscrews, but I'm not sure. And I don't want to be, you know, I don't have any replacement parts for this thing. So I don't want to break it. So I got the fan on. We're going to work with mineral spirits. And unfortunately, I'm not going to record this part because the door's open, the basement door's open. All the sounds from the TV upstairs are going to be coming down here. So but here's what I'm going to be doing. Okay. Q-tips, mineral spirits on them, rubbing this thing down, and probably paper towel and other things will be involved too. If I, yeah, I'll just tell you when I get back. So I guess I'll see you then. I kind of wish I could have done this a little bit better, where I could take this apart, but thanks 1974, you kind of screwed us a little bit here. You know, I'm not even sure I'm going to post this video now. Oh, brother. All because I couldn't get this little knob off. And all the mineral spirits that I was using to clean this thing. Alright, I was trying to get the top off, trying to get all the gear grease off, because there's no way to get this off. That knob has to come off. I don't know how it does. I was trying to get off. I was trying not to break anything. And I came pretty damn close. Well, almost. Now the dial's all soaked. Oh, brother. I don't even know what to even do at this point. The whole goal was to not just wreck anything. Oh, brother. I'm gonna try and get this knob off. I don't even care anymore if I break anything, honestly. Look at the dial. Sick. What is... You know, I thought the dial was made of metal, because it had a metal plate under there. But it doesn't look like it was. So now, next part of the plan, I guess, is to get that thing off. Get this damn nut off. Something now. Oh, brother. That does not come off. That thing does not come off. I don't think this was ever meant to be cleaned. Or even salvaged or anything. You know, I don't usually wreck things. Well, I mean, the dial's not okay, on the bright side, it's not wrecked, but it's damp now. It might get moldy in there, so I don't know, mineral spirits, if that's how that necessarily works. Now, oh, brother. That does not come off. That thing does not come off. I don't think this was ever meant to be cleaned. Or even salvaged or anything. You know, I don't usually wreck things. Well, I mean, the dial's not okay, on the bright side, it's not wrecked, but it's damp now. It might get moldy in there, so I don't know, mineral spirits, if that's how that necessarily works. What? Oh. I'm gonna be the laughing stock of everything now. Look what happened. Jeez. Well, I almost should have left it dirty, honestly. Because if it was dirty, that wouldn't have happened. But I guess, I mean, it looks like everything's okay. At least the electric's over there. At least that's all okay. I mean, what would you guys have done? What would you have done? Probably not this. Stupid knob. Why was this like that? Oh, brother. Well, I'm kind of speechless now because I made a comment on a video talking about something similar to this, where someone had sprayed too much oil in a clock and it screwed up the dial card. Well, that's basically now, except with mineral spirits, attempting to clean it because the damn knob wouldn't come off. I didn't want to break something, and then this is what happened. Well, is the whole card wet? No, just that there. No, just the whole thing's wet, except for that. Who knows? Maybe I can actually pull them, make the look actually okay. I'm gonna give that knob one more try to get that thing off. I cannot get it off using all force. And no, I'm not totally inhaling mineral spirits, by the way. We got a fan there. Not the Sears fan, it's the other one. But yeah, well, I guess we'll... I know I'm embarrassing everyone. Well, I'm embarrassing myself, and everyone gets to watch this. At least the kitchenette, if you recall last time, that didn't have a design like that, where you could just, bend stuff with pliers and things, you get the card out and everything. You could get this whole assembly undone very easily in the kitchenettes. And in the orb, which is in the cabinet over there, I think that might be that'll probably get a video of its own. And it'll probably not do what I just did here. At least this is a one-time thing, everybody. That's almost a lost cause over there. I'm not really sure what to do with that. I guess we'll let it dry and see how it happens. So after that, after what you just saw, here we are a number of weeks later. And by this time I've gotten sick, as you can hear in my voice. And I thought, well, I guess that'll just have to be a loss to Greg Film, because, I mean, I thought it was just, I thought the dial would just turn out terrible, and it wouldn't even, it wouldn't be a good video or anything like that. There would be no happy ending. Well, if you look at the dial now, as I turn it over, it somehow looks perfect again. Maybe a little bit paler, I don't know. But looking at it now, I don't know, that easily looks like it's the way it was before, or very close to. Looking at it through the camera, it kind of comes as a bit paler, but it's actually not that pale. I don't know what, I mean, that's you could display this. You could definitely run this. I'm not sure if it was squeaking like that before. If we look at the gear train here, because this is the whole fiasco in the first place. I was trying to clean out the gear train, and today I went in there with a Q-tip and I just wiped it all out. I don't know if that looks any good. If it looks good enough to run, I might put the rotor back in and we'll see what happens, I guess. But I thought I was gonna totally just delete this video entirely and not upload it, and that took a while to make. And it was such a waste of time. Well, I thought it was a waste of time, but it's actually not, because this is how it's paying off, it looks like. Rotor, so I got most of the grime off that thing there. Sorry, this is getting less and less detailed as we go. But, yeah, we'll go back to details again when we reassemble it, and with some more testing. So as I said, since this doesn't come apart in a sustainable way, I can't really clean that out, or else I'll wreck the dial, and maybe then it'll, who knows, it'll get like wet paper and just disintegrate or something like that. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens next once everything's dried up, and okay, I'll reassemble it then, because I think that's everything. This is cleaned up. I took the cord off because I couldn't get this back in. And yeah, that's how I'll do it. Okay, let's get this clock back together now. I've had enough of it. It's time to put her together. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got the rotor, and we have this little gear here. I think this has something to do with controlling the hands. Not really sure, to be totally honest with you. Let's put this back where it belongs. Oh, I'm trying to get the tripod here. There you go. How does this go in again? Oh, it goes in like that. I think. Is it going to go in? There you go. Yeah, it does. Where is it? Okay, it has to go in like that. And like that. There you go. There you go. It just kind of slides in there. Can't really see it very well. Okay, so I think that's really the only piece of it that's has anything to do with anything right now. And I'll do my best to get this in. This might not be entirely in shot here, but we're gonna try anyway. Let's get this in the right frame here. I'm gonna move this dial. I'm gonna adjust the dial so this is actually somewhat right. We'll get it to 9 o'clock. There we go. I have to adjust the dial so the hands aren't, you know, hands aren't all screwed up. Okay, that looks. I'm doing this out of shot because I can't get it in shot here. I'm just trying to make it look right. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, now I can't do this in shot, so I'll see you back in a second here. It was a major pain in the neck to do this, but I finally got it all together. It's not the greatest movement, I suppose, but I mean, it does go together, and it is all done up right, I think. These hands are kind of stiff, but I don't know if that's good or bad, really. Also, this cracked way more, so I mean, I guess it doesn't really look new now, but I guess that's what we're just gonna have to deal with. It's not really the worst thing in the world. We're gonna wire this up, and we're gonna give this a test. I've done electrical work here. I hope this doesn't shock me or something, or involve me in some kind of serious injury. And now for the moment of truth here. We have our grounded 3-prong outlet here. We got our clock, got everything wired up. Hopefully it'll not shock me this time, unlike it did in 2016. Here we go. Oh, come on. Oh. And it barely moves. That's a hell of a thing there. I don't know if that's my wiring or what that is. Oh, great. I think the movement's all clogged up or something's wrong with it. Jeez. Something very bizarre just happened here. I just plugged it in, and it just started putzing away like nothing was wrong. And I'll just show you again here. I'll plug it in. I just figured out what's wrong here. It's the way the dial was, because it wasn't, you know, it was kind of holding up the gears a little bit. It's kind of making a sputtering sound a little bit there, but it is running. The electrics haven't caught fire, which is nice. And if I flip it upside down, kind of slows her down a little bit. All right, well, I think I figured out the problem here, and I guess we're good to go. I guess we'll oil it, and we'll reassemble it, or well, we'll finish reassembling it. There's the rest of the movement. clean the case here. Looking at this, I never bothered doing it. There's the rest of it. I don't know if I'm gonna bother or not. We'll see. I might just take a wet cloth and wipe it in there and get all the oil out. Hopefully it won't start rusting. Now that I've wiped it down with toilet paper and water, I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna clean that, I'm gonna get that. So not these, but this thing here. Just like that, it's back in the case, well, somewhat. I need to wire it up and everything, but yeah, that's coming next. There's actually one thing to do before we reassemble it. Well, I already did it, but oiling it, I think that might be a bit too much oil. Oiled all the pivots. Very few pivots. What oil did I use? Okay, well, Mobile OW-40. There's no cap on this right now. There's a cap. I just put the toothpick in the lid with a little bit of oil. Little bit. This is just for... I only use this stuff for electric clocks. I don't use this for like a Big Ben or a Baby Ben or something. As you can see, I'm pouring it back in. Look at that golden stuff in there. Go back in the container. There we go. A nice well-oiled turn there. Yeah, Mobile OW-40. It's not that bad for clocks. It can work. And as you can see, I'm using it for the pivots here on this. But yeah. All the pivots, the gears don't need any oil because the gears, they're designed to run dry. And any oil would probably just make them all, you know, gummed up and screw them up, which this clock was very gummed up. It's not as gummed up now. There's probably a little bit of little gunk in there still. But I mean, I can't get rid of it because the dial doesn't come off, or the plastic doesn't come off. Can't get the dial assembly apart. So, as I've been emphasizing throughout this video, I'm gonna be very, very annoyed that I skipped the oiling part for video. Well, sorry guys, but it had to be done. What else have we got here in this little parts container here? I've got a little pin thing here. I'm trying to put it back on, or I'm trying to get it out. There we go. There's this little pin thing here. I don't really know what this is for, but it was here, I believe. Where was it? I can't remember where it was now. I think it was here. I believe that's where it went. And it did something. I don't know what it does. I'll put it under there. I'll put one there. I have no idea what that pin's for. But it's for something. I don't even know if you can see it. But anyway, that's the end of that. It doesn't really matter anyway if you saw that. Okay, so the cord's lined up with the bottom of the case here. The cord's lined up with that. I'm gonna put this around the end. There's a knot there specifically for that. We're gonna turn this around, or maybe not. Apparently we're not turning that around, according to the clock itself. Has just decided that we're not turning it around. And the reassembly is going to hell. Okay. Now that this is somewhat stable here, we're going to put... Oh, jeez, it's not even on the knot anymore. I got to do that off camera. I got to put this around there. And then... put this like that. There we go. I don't know how anything is right now. I can't really see what I'm doing. Where am I? What's happened? Okay. Oh, this isn't quite lined up right. Classic. I'll be right back. Here we are again in the infamous spot. Okay, so I'll tell you what happened. The reassembly kind of devolved into chaos a little bit. Because... I don't think something like this was ever meant to be taken apart. I think that's the main kind of deal here. Something like this was never meant to be dismantled in the first place. It's not Baby Ben, it's not Big Ben. Those things have more screws and more options, but this does not. Like, this was never meant to be deep cleaned. Did I deep clean it? No. But it was never meant to do that. And as you can see, the crystal's gone. It broke. It broke deliberately, and I'll tell you why. Because as I was trying to get, basically the dial, the glue had came undone from all the mineral spirits, and then I re-glued it after I took the broke the crystal off because it would not. It was probably the hardest reassembly I've ever had to do of a clock case. Easily the hardest one I've ever had to do. And it took me, 20 minutes to get this back together. Such a simple little clock too, and I don't know how that happened. But yeah, there it is. So what did we learn? Okay, well, some things aren't meant to be taken apart, and at least the dial doesn't look too bad. I don't know if that looks terrible from over here. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I don't know, I don't think it looks too bad over there. I mean, what do you expect? It's a little wall clock, I guess. So yeah, that's the end of the video, I guess, guys. I'm sorry I kind of really lost all detail up near the end. I'll probably put some more glue in the dial there, and I'm just testing it to see how accurate it is. It seems to be running okay right now. Yeah, so anyway, guys, you know I've done this. You know I break things. I guess everyone who's into this kind of thing breaks something every once in a while. At least it wasn't like a style 1 Baby Ben or something that got destroyed or something. It still runs, just the crystal's broken. That's okay. For what I'm using it for, I don't think it matters that much, and someone who doesn't know wouldn't even see that as a, I mean, it looks fine. So anyway, I don't know what style of oracle this is, because I didn't really look, I guess. It's a 1974 Westclox orb. You can hear it putzing away there. Just been adding more glue to the underneath of the dial here, and I've been just bending it up, and I guess I'll move the hands out of the way. But yeah, I guess for such a screwy kind of video, I guess it kind of deserved an ending like this. And such a screwy case of events, with the plug in 2016 and the... Oh man, what a mess. I guess it runs now, and I guess that's the main thing, really. I'll finish putting the glue on and putting it back on the wall, and I think I'll finish this off now. Well, guys, thanks for watching, I guess. It's quite the video, and I know it's a long one. I'm sorry about that, but time to move on to other projects, I guess. And yeah, at least I had some fun with it. And I mean, the result didn't turn out absolutely terrible. I don't think, to the point where it's, just throw in the garbage or something. Yeah. The glue's still drying on there. I gotta probably put some more glue on to keep that on the back plate there. So, yeah, anyway, guys, I've done this. It's just standard procedure, viewers. Just standard procedure.